welcome back to my kitchen lunch with me, Indonesian mom. Today we're continuing our Thanksgiving cooking. I'm preparing all the food we're taking to the beach for our Thanksgiving celebration. This is my new coastal Thanksgiving celebration, let's say like that. All right. So this morning I'm basically running a cooking marathon. I have to finish everything before we head out to the beach. For today's turkey, I'm using around 10.5 pounds. Has been thawed out, this turkey. And inside the turkey, there's a giblet and things like that. So I took it out and then I go to the stove to boil them because I will use this giblet and neck, the broth I will use for making gravy and use for making the bean casserole sauce also. So today I'm using around 10.5 pound bird, and to give flavor I'm making my homemade herb compound butter. So I have some fresh herbs from my garden like thyme and rosemary. I wish I have sage, but I don't have sage. This fresh aromatic thyme and rosemary, they smell so refreshing. I love using these fresh herbs where I just go to my garden and trim some of them so I can use, right? Like I said, I don't have sage for today's, so I'm just using what I have. So in this little chopper, I'm putting all my aromatics, like 1 onions, 5 small garlic cloves, and piece of ginger, rosemary and thyme, and a kosher salt. And since my turkey was already brine, because in the packet it has just a flavor, they already have their own flavor. So I don't adding too much salt. I'm just using only about 1 tablespoon of kosher coarse salt. So you can adjust the amount of salt and seasoning depending on the size of your turkey and of course your own taste, right? It's your preference. I'm having this little small size of turkey, so I don't want to use too much salt. Just use 1 tablespoon of salt. Next, I mix all this aromatic herbs mixture into 1 stick of softened salted butter. Again, because I use salted butter, that's why I don't use too much salt. So now we have this so yummy, fragrant, right, flavor compound butter ready for our turkey. And now we go to the next. So here's to the compound butter. I added fresh ground mixed pepper corn. So there's pink pepper, black pepper, white pepper, all those good stuff. So here the turkey and the neck and the giblet and things, I added to this pan so I can boil and use the broth to make the gravy and also the other stuff. And with the compound butter, I will add to this turkey underneath the skin. So here I'm working on losing the skin so I can add this compound butter all over the turkey. So now it's time to bake this turkey. 325 degrees Fahrenheit, and I preheated the oven first. So if you see, while I'm putting butter all over this turkey, butter compound all over this turkey, actually the oven already preheated, cooking until internal temperature reach for the breast around 160 Fahrenheit and for the thigh and leg around 175. So the total cook time for this around 2 hours 15 minutes. Then according to the bird, the oven and the bird shape, of the turkey that you have, so you just have to adjust. And like if you use 325 or 350, again you have to adjust. And for the resting, because we will go to the beach, so I take the time from driving from home to the beach. That's what the resting period, around 30 minutes